Yeah, just dropped short did Shaheen there. And Warner was not slow to pull that away. It's a very controlled, measured pull. Knew exactly where he's putting that. Rolled the wrists. Total control of it.
Perfect shot.
It was a perfect. Well, it's a hook, really.
Perfect example.
Yeah. And he really, it's the roll of the wrists.
Yep.
Kept it down. Not that he needed to worry because there was no fielder there. Shaheen's in again. That's a better, good comeback by Shaheen. A ball pitched on middle and off, and Warner was up onto his back foot to defend it away.
We have some tweets. Rajneesh Singh says, my first proper World Cup was 1983. When India won the World Cup, people came out on the streets in Southall to celebrate, but the police had to be called out later in the evening to clear the streets of drunken supporters. I think that's perfectly acceptable in the circumstances. Eva Scootus says, Amir seeing that catch go down, thinking, see what I had to deal with for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Merchant Engineer says, do we not have the dropped catch jingle to rub salt in?
Well, we do.
I wasn't. There was too much going on.
Nestler's was he was a bit confused by the fact that it was both a 4 and a drop catch as that's flicked away by Finch into the mid-wicket region. They will take one. Like Zaman is coming in, he won't get there in time, and it will enable them to come back for 2.
Roger Melly, not on the telly, although of course David Warner does have some of the
said
same
hello, good morning and bollocks?
vocabulary. He has said hello, good evening and bollocks. Speaking of 1975, who was the last batsman to bat in a Terry toweling hat? Last I can remember is Bumble, but there have probably been others since. Of course, it was, I think, Roy Fredrickson or Gordon Greenidge, or perhaps both in Terry toweling hats in 1975.
That's a big shout from Wahab. I think that was going away down leg. Umpire Paligaruga shakes his head quite defiantly, as if, how dare you even ask that question.
Are they reviewing?
They're talking about Wahab. Yes, they are. Well, Wahab really seemed to rather talk Shaheen Afridi into that.
I am on the ball here.
Sarfraz, I think.
That was definitely out. Was that definitely out?
No. What was your view of that, Gary?
My view is it's quite close.
Well, okay. Ian Gould is the third umpire. It's not a no ball from Wahab. We're going to have another look at it in a minute. Now we're looking at it front on. So we'll get a better idea. Pitches, it looks too high to me. If anything, it's on height.
And he was jumping up a bit as well, wasn't he?
And he was jumping up. There is no discernible inside edge.
No.
So he's safe there.
The ball doesn't have far to go, though. It's hit him halfway through the crease.
I think it'll be umpire's call. Is it outside leg? No. It's pitch. It gets Finch into a desperate tangle. Just climbed on him more than he was expecting, and he if he started off intending to pull, he realised the ball was coming onto him too quickly to do that, and he ended up wearing it slightly. I think I don't think he got much bat on it.
And they're tamping down the pitch here. It looks like that took a chunk out of it.
Yeah.
It does look soft on top.
Well, I mean, I Obviously, it's been undercover. Yeah, he did drop it short. Took it on the shoulder, actually.
Got no chance with that.
It really climbed off just back. Quite of a length. And as Gary rightly said, Finch was had no real chance of getting anything on it, to be fair. And David Warner has gone and done a very conspicuous piece of gardening. Maybe trying to make a point to the umpire. Wahab's in again. This is wide of off stump. Ooh. And driven sort of. Well, they're gone. Hello, there's all sorts of stuff going off here. Did they took a single in the end? Yes, they did. Took a single on a missed field. It went straight to backward point, and it all looked fairly harmless. But there's, sloppy backing up, I think.
Yeah, it was an overthrow they took it on.
Angled his bat very nicely. The throw came.
So you've got to back up to the edge of the circle, really. You can't just be sort of waiting on the back on the boundary on your heels. You've got to be much more alive, especially with the Australians who like nothing more than to pinch a single.
Now, we said the spinners don't have a role in this game. Well, interestingly enough, they've both brought out drinks and new gloves. So you had both Zampa and Nathan Lyon jogging out together in their orange bibs, performing 12th and 13th man duties.
The state of that pitch there, I mean, Gary's right. You can see it. It's like churning.
It's carving up. Yeah. It is carving up.
But soft. It doesn't look... like it's dusty, does it?
Well, we shall see. There's definitely some...
into the minds of the Pakistan batsmen, but Mitchell Starc and Patrick Cummins are going to be a bit of a handful on this, I feel.
Well, I expect that might be true. You are seeing now clumps on this pitch. It's really churning up a bit. I think you're right. Finch, who was beaten all ends up, and it can't miss that off stump by too much, I wouldn't have thought. So it's going on tweets, isn't there, Gary?
Holes, then it'll stay low. Or if it misses a hole or hits the edge of it, it might jump. So this is going to be very difficult to bat on.
In comes Shaheen, and that one again is a big shout from Shaheen. Was actually taken at first slip. That's 2 balls this over that have caused Finch all kinds of problems.
Yeah, we've just got the one tweet in so far since the last run through. It's Poetrovert, who says the Pakistan teams of yesteryear were full of bowling talents who delivered consistently. Well, this current one just seems to be talented.
Wasim and Wacker, of course, will always come to mind when you think of great Pakistani pairs of bowlers.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said Shoaib Akhtar was the most consistent of
he was
fast
quick.
bowlers.
He was amazingly quick.
On his day, he was completely unplayable.
The Rawalpindi Express.
There were other days.
In comes Shaheen. This is a very ball on Finch's off stump, and he has to drop the bat on that. A hurry. So this is a good over from Shaheen. He's mixed it up a little bit. He's pushed them wide. He's got one has gone right through the gate and beaten Finch ball ends up. That was a fuller, floatier ball that really made Finch think.